Hello everyone and welcome to the side quest Flume's Clues. Ambrosius Flume, the owner of the Honeyduke, has hidden special chocolate fork cards around Hogwarts. Complete the scavenger hunt to receive your own endless feast of confections and a special card just for you. Please gather to the Great Hall and bring your sweet tooth. We will. I can't concentrate right now. I'm thinking of a new potion. I'm shaking with excitement, though I could be from the 6 sugar straws I ate for lunch. This Ambrosius Flume, he runs Honeydukes sweet shop. Here at Hogwarts, the rigors of a serious education can weigh on the mind of any student. It can be easy to forget life's simple pleasure and life can be quiet door without simple pleasures. So today I have prepared a treat for all of you. There is so much excitement in the Great Hall. I wonder what Professor Dumbledore has in store for us. I better be good. He's interrupting my busy schedule for avoiding other people. Good day, witches and wizards. It is the conjurer of confections, owner of Honeydukes sweet shop. Ambrosius Flume is there to analyze your taste buds with a treat-filled track. I'm going to get a cavity simple listen to this block. On behalf of Honeydukes sweet shop, I have arranged for a very sweet scavenger hunt. We'll have hidden several rare chocolate fork cards around the school grounds. Each skilled student who finds one will be invited to an exclusive feast of endless confectionaries. A chocolate fork scavenger hunt? This will be the talk of the school. Now I'm absolutely getting a cavity because I'm not missing that feast. Fizzing Wispies, jelly slugs, no melt ice cream, anything your taste buds crave. I will only provide clues to those who truly need them. This contest will test your spirit, the same as a seabird cures your eels with sun. This Slum is a strange one. I don't even understand half of what he is saying. What did he mean by a seabird curing your eels? I don't know. Do you suppose this was a clue? Yes. Yes, he seems like the sort of character to hide riddles inside of a speech. Much like a hiding flavor in a Bertie Bott's every flavor bean. You're right, but what exactly could he mean? Perhaps if we eavesdropped on the other students, we can get more information. Can you give us any more information? I love solving riddles. I think Mr. Flume is talking about Cleotne. If I win, I will eat everything, even a cockroach cluster. The middle with Cleona also has birds who cure the sick. I couldn't read it fast enough. Mr. Flume colorful language about the seabirds plants a vivid picture. Cleotna has some connection to seabirds, but I can't recall the specifics. I wonder if I can bring Dennis to the feast. I believe Mr. Flume is giving you all the information you need. I will say no more. A seabird that reminds me of Cleotna, the famous medieval witch. I love solving riddles. I think Mr. Flume is talking about Cleotna. If I win, I will eat everything, even a cockroach cluster. The medieval witch Cleona also has birds who cured the sick by singing. Cleona, the medieval witch, has her own chocolate fork card. Mr. Flume colorful language about the sea bird paints a vivid picture. I wonder if I can bring Dennis to the feast. Cleona has some connections to the seabirds, but I can't recall the specifics. A seabird that reminds me of one of Cleona, the famous medieval witch. Can you give us any more information? I believe Mr. Flume has given you all the information you need. I will say no more. I love solving riddles. I think Mr. Flume is talking about Cleona. I really hope I pronounce her name right. The medieval witch Cleona also has birds who cured the sick by singing. Everyone else thinks Mr. Flume was given a clue, so it seems I was right. For once. A lot of students seem to think the clue is related to Cleona. She was a famous medieval witch with some connections to seabirds. And she has her own chocolate frog card. This means the card is... Well, I don't know where it is, but there might be somewhere I can go to find out more. Where are you going? To the library? I'm going to the library to get more information. You're going to waste time getting lost in books, while everyone else is finding a chocolate frog card. Is there something to Mr. Flume clues about Cleona and seabirds? The library will point me in the right direction. And where I am going will lead me right to the chocolate frog card. And don't even try to follow me. I wish you luck, but it won't help against the most powerful witch at Hogwarts. If I'm going to find Cleona card, I better hurry to the library. Interested in Cleona? A book about her was just returned. I wonder how many books I could balance on my head. I wonder what happened to the book on Cleona. If a student speaks up, I'm using my outdoor slush. Mohuna, what are you doing here? You said you had a better idea than researching in the library. I did. My idea was to beat you to the library. I can look for another book about Cleona if you want, but you will be wasting more time. I have the only copy in the library. Perhaps we can share. Are you mad? Give me one good reason why I should share this book with you. We can team up. We will solve the clue faster if we work together. I don't love the idea of a team, or people working together in general. However, I will feel bad for you. You will never get anywhere without my help. I will allow you to team up with me. Okay, I will share the book with you. Great, let's search the Cleona book and see what we can find. I think there will be enough energy in the castle, so I'm going to start this. Shh. Mohula and Bellady have the Cleona book. Are they teaming up? Cleona was an animagus. It says here she discovered the ingredients. Munda. The ingredient Munda. Out of energy, but I'm going to search in the castle. So, got all the energy from inside the castle. This should be enough, I think. After drinking the animagus potion, Cleona became an animagus. Cleona was very skilled in potions. Cleona was able to brew an animagus potion, but what kind of animagus did she become? Cleona was able to turn into a seabird at will. Nice. This is a dead end. Perhaps I should search for another chocolate fork card. Cleona was said to have the ability to trigger herself into a wave. Hula and Bellady have the Cleona book. Are they teaming up? Cleona was a medieval Irish witch. Cleona was an animagus. After drinking the animagus potion, Cleona became an animagus. Cleona sounds like a fascinating witch. There seems to be 3 important facts worth nothing. Cleona was highly skilled at potion making and could brew the animagus potion. After drinking the potion, she became an animagus who could transform herself into a seabird. And it said she could also transfigure herself into a wave. Animagus potion is difficult and time-consuming to brew. I know firsthand how hard it is to complete the potion. Penny made me keep a mandrake leaf in my mouth for an entire month. Perhaps the skill with potion is part of the clue. Well, I think the transfiguration itself is the most important. Obviously, this is all linked to the transfiguration classroom. But her potion making skills could mean you might have had one good idea about coming to the library, but I'm right about this. I'm going to the transfiguration classroom. And don't follow me. It's supposed to be a team. Not anymore, the trick is over. But if you're heading in the wrong direction, and any direction I face is the right direction. Since you think Cleona potions are so important, go to the potions classroom. And we will see you answer with the chocolate fork card. Rowena thinks there's a card in transfigurations. It is also possible the card is related to potions. I will need to learn more about potions, and here's one person who can help. I visit Penny in the potions classroom. Meet me in the potions classroom. Do I already see a chocolate fork card? No, I don't. Bellamy, there you are. Hi, Penny. Thanks for meeting me. I'm excited for you to find the chocolate fork card. I was going to join her, but I got sidetracked by a potion assignment. I guess my only treat will be a good education. And there's nothing sweeter than that. How is your search going? I'm on the right track. Marina thinks that Cordelia card is in the transfiguration classroom. However, Cleona was also a potion expert, so I came here. Did you say Cleona? She is one of my heroes. You're definitely on the right track, Betty. Good instincts. Cleona could brew the animagus potion, which was notoriously difficult to do. Since I've brewed an animagus potion, it will be special to find a Cleona card. Do you think there is a chance the Cleona card could be in this classroom? If it is, I can help you find it. I know what ingredients Cleona used in her potion. A teaspoon of morning dew, 1 dead hedgehog moth chrysalis, and 1 mandrake leaf. And a piece of your own hair, but I doubt there is a folklore card hiding in there. Okay, let's search the potion's ingredients for a chocolate fork card. But before that, I do need more energy. The only thing in the morning dew jar is dew. I wonder why the mandrake leaf jar is empty. Professor Snape usually stocks plenty of mandrake leaves. This old, the mandrake leaf jar is empty. The recipe calls for a mandrake leaf to soak in your mouth for a month. Maybe we should check our hair just in case. It's not in the dead hedgehog's mud quilizer jar. Such a difficult word to say. Kliotna discovers Mandu magical properties, but the card isn't here. Only thing in this morning to jar is dew. There's no card in the Mundu jar. It would be wonderful to own a Kilotna chocolate folk card. This old the mandrake leaf jar is empty. I wonder why the mandrake leaf jar is empty. Okay, we search all the animacus ingredients and even the Mundu jar. There isn't anything out of the ordinary in the Hogmoth Chrysalis jar or the Honeydukes jar. However, the mandrake leaf jar is empty. It's a bit curious. Professor Snape is quite particular about keeping the ingredients stocked. Could it be another clue? If so, this Mr. Flume block is quite clever. But since you are so confident we're on the right track, I shall follow the new clue wherever it leads. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in the thrill of the hunt. While we do make a smashing team, Betty, I can see us joining forces. You probably wouldn't betray me like Marula did. I wouldn't do that to you. Actually, I couldn't do that to you. I don't know how to betray someone. All the sneaking and slinking and skulking. I feel guilty just thinking about it. I know, Penny, and you have been quite helpful so far. I can be even more helpful. In fact, I know where we can find more mandrake leaves. Probably in a herbology class. There's only one problem. They're still attached to a live mandrake. I know from experience dealing with mandrake is not easy. You're going to investigate mandrakes. We should do it as a team. That's the spirit. Come on, partner, meet me in the herbology classroom. I'm ready to take our next clue in the herbology classroom. Penny, are you ready to find this chocolate folk card? I'm ready for anything, Betty. And look at you, anything includes finding this chocolate folk card. Do you see any mandrakes around? There's one right there on the table. I think I see something sticking out of it. It looks like the corner of a chocolate folk card. We found it. It really looks buried in there. We have to improve the mandrake. How do you suggest we improve it? Carefully. We have to input it very carefully. Brilliant mandrake skin can be fatal and dying doesn't feel fit into my plans today. Though this appears to be a young mandrake, so it might just knock us out for a few hours. This probably doesn't fit into your plans either. We'll need to protect ourselves against its screams. I remember from my mandrake lecture that if we are going to uproot it, we need to use earmuffs. Brilliant, let's ask Professor Sprout to borrow some. Where's the spout? Maybe borrow some earmuffs? We need to check the mandrake soil. It appears there is an object in there. This is a danger test I could simply do myself. Unless, of course, it is a worthy cause. Oh, it is. Let us convince you why you should just let us borrow the earmuffs. but I need more energy for that. We care about all the living things, even deadly living things. Did you help hide the object in the mandrake's soil? We may have different opinions about what qualifies as a worthy case. When they could be uncomfortable. We want the safety retrieve the object in the mandrake soil. We care about all living things, even deadly living things. We may have different opinions about what qualifies as a worthy cause. We are on a scavenger hunt, approved by Professor Dumbledore himself. We know you are busy and we want to help remove the object. If you don't remove it, many more students will come here to try. And out of energy. I am not sure that this is enough energy, but we are at least going to try. We are here on orders of Professor Dumbledore, technically. The object in the soil could slow the mandrake's growth. Did you help hide the object in the mandrake soil? The mandrake could be uncomfortable. We are about all living things, even deadly living things. You may have different opinions about what qualifies as a worthy cause. And out of energy, I'm going to watch a video. The mandrake could be uncomfortable. And I need another video. We care about all living things, even deadly living things. I need another video. You may have different opinions about what qualifies as a worthy cause. You want to safely retrieve the object in the mandrake soil. Oh, come on, give me another video. Well, seems to have waited a little bit longer. I got now some few energy remaining. I hope it is enough. We are the scavenger center approved by Professor Dumbledore himself. I need another one. 80 seconds. Come on. 12. 6. Got it. You know you are busy and we want to help remove the objects. Oh, maybe the sound is still a little bit hard. You do make a good point that the mandrake crown should not be impeded. I'm rather busy and certainly don't want more students showing up in the nest. Besides, if Professor Dumbledore has sent you, it must be a worthy cause. Very well, you may borrow 2 pair of earmuffs. Thank you, Professor. Don't thank me yet. Be sure to put those on nice and smooth. Okay, Betty, let's work together. You remove the mandrake, I will remove the guard. 1, 2, 3. You did it, Melody. That was quite thrilling. We make a brilliant team, and now we have a Gliotna chocolate fork card. Oh, Maruna isn't too upset we beat her to it. Yes, but we now have a new problem. There are two of us, but only one card. We both deserve to go to the endless conversation feast. Perhaps he can talk Ambrosius into helping us out. Let's look how easily we talk Professor Sprout into giving us the earmuffs. Good thing she is still wearing them. I expect you to save a sweet for me. Of course, Professor Sprout. Okay, Penny, let's present our card to Ambrosius Flume before Mula finds us and tries to take it. I hear he's been in the courtyard speaking in riddles. Let's hurry to the courtyard. Teaming up with Penny and Andre has you search for more chocolate for cards than expected. But Mahuna is on your tail. I'll better to grab the next card for your friends. Come to the courtyard with your card. I get into the endless feast. I will put Mr. Flume's invention of endless to the truth. Still don't have a frog card, but I'm not giving up. I can't believe I searched in the wrong place for the for the Clo- for the Cliotna card. Greetings, interpret. Three trackers judge him by your jubilation. Your convocation quest is fair and well. We found the Cliotna chocolate frog card. Fabulous. Fantabulous. Fantabulous? Though it did take longer than expected, and it was one of my less complicated clues. Tell me, did you find the clue easy or difficult? Easy. It was easy with Penny's help. We were able to use your clue to find the card. Betty was on the right track. She just needed a nudge in the right direction. Look at you, a couple of confectionery cohorts. And just in time, the trio will trickier from here on out. Good thing we already found a card to get us into the feast. B. If my math are correct, there are two of you and only one chocolate for card. That's precisely why we are here. We were wondering if there's anything else you can find to do to help us find another card. As stated, I would only provide clues to those who need them. It would require a rational reason to receive another riddle. Let us try to coax you into giving us another clue. That is going to wait. Betty and I worked so hard to get the first card. Don't look at me. The scavenger hunt could go on forever without your help. For clues are the best part of the scavenger hunt. Penny and I both deserve a chance to go to the feast. You can make the clue as difficult as you like. Betty can figure it out. If anyone deserves another clue, it's me. I suppose it is a challenging to find chocolate for cards without any hints. We never said we couldn't team up. Without a second card, Penny and I will have to decide who goes to the feast. I am waiting to hear a rational reason. Benny, I worked so hard to get the first card. All I need is one more clue. I know I could figure it out. Don't look at me. The scavenger hunt could go on forever without your help. And out of energy. Your clues are the best part of the scavenger hunt. Benny and I both deserve a chance to go to the feast. You can make the clue as difficult as you like. Benny can figure it out. Ooh, lot of pressure. I suppose it is challenging to find chocolate folk cards without any hints. You never said we couldn't team up. Without the second card, Penny and I will have to decide who goes to the feast. I am waiting to hear a rational reason. Penny and I worked so hard to get to the first card. If anyone deserves another clue, it's me. Penny and I both deserve to attend the feast, but we want to play within the rules. We need another clue so we don't have to decide which one of us goes to the feast. Your reasons are based in friendship and sharing. Our justice to be joyful justifications. Though I will warn you, the next clue will be quite complicated. Finding the first card was easy. If we work together, there's a good chance we can find another. Very well. What you see could be hiding up your sleeve. Thank you, Mr. Flume. If you are successful the second time, I will be curious to see the card. I'll be here in the courtyard. Okay, I don't know what that means. It's our only lead, so let's see where it leads. The clue mentioned a sleeve. That means seems important. A sleeve is part of a robe or a shirt. And I'm afraid I don't know much about fashion. Fashion, brilliant. We just need to talk to a fashion expert. What happened to not a self-proclaimed style wizard? Andre, great thinking, Melody. I believe that he is at the training grounds right now. And let's go meet him before someone else figure out the clue. Hurry, let's go to the training grounds. Alright, let's see if we can get some help with Mr. Flume's clue. Billy, Penny, what a surprise. Hi, Andre, you are just the person we are looking for. We are searching for a chocolate frog card. I heard you got the Cleona chocolate frog card. Mr. Flynn has been providing me clues, so I have come up empty-handed so far. There are still plenty of chocolate cards left. I hope so. I've been dreaming of chocolate buns and jelly slugs all day. If I made it to the feast, I would eat until my pants didn't fit. The feast will have so many types of sweets. Betty, do you prefer sweet or sour candy? Sweet. I prefer sweet candy. There's a reason they call sweets. Chocolate and jellies. And caramels, oh my. If we spend all day standing around talking about candy, we will never get to eat any of it. Perhaps we can help each other, Andre. You might be the key to find the next card. We receive a clue from Ambrosius Flume, and we are having trouble understanding it. The best we can guess is that it concerns fashion, so it may seem sense to come to Andre Equil's Style Wizard. Well, if it is fashion related, you've come to the right place. The only thing more unparalleled than my style is my style knowledge. Give me the clue. The clue is what you see could be hiding up your sleeve. I can see why you came to me. However, I can't solve it on my own. I need help of some expert scavenger hunters. Let's all work together to decipher the clue. Yeah, I can already start it and I have enough energy. My mind keeps going back to the Quidditch pitch. I wonder if the word seek is important. Since this is a harder clue, the answers may not be obvious. We don't have time to search through all the robes in Hogwarts. Is there any chance the clue isn't related to fashion? You have to think outside of the box. And out of energy. Mr. Flume did say seek, which also made me think of Quidditch. Is there any famous sleeves in the fashion world? I wonder if the word seek is important. Perhaps the clue itself is a trick. Okay, now that they are talking about seek and Quidditch, I'm thinking about the Quidditch changing room. I don't know if it is the answer, but it's what makes me think of. Since this is a harder clue, the answer may not be so obvious. Is there any chance the clue isn't related to fashion? You have to think outside the box. Having something up your sleeve could also mean hiding something. Is there any famous sleeve in the fashion world? I wonder if the word seek is important. My mind keeps going back to the Quidditch pitch. Since this is harder clue, the answer may not be so obvious. Is there any chance the clue isn't related to fashion? We don't have time to search through all the robes in Hogwarts. We have to think outside of the box. I'm out of energy. This is all the energy I could find in the castle for now. We are going to try to see if it is enough. Are there any famous sleeves in the fashion world? Come on, I need only one energy. Many minutes is wait? Well, I will wait it down. So I waited for the one energy. And it was enough. Nice. I wonder if the word seek is important. Even though Mr. Flume clue mentions a sleeve, I don't believe it has to do with fashion. However, hearing the word seek has me think about Quidditch. And since you're saying Mr. Flume's clues are getting harder, we may have to think outside the box. Perhaps the clue itself is a trick. What kind of trick involving a sleeve could be related to Quidditch? A trick, sleeve, Quidditch. I've got it. The Mr. Flume is tricky indeed. I have no idea what you are talking about, but I'm excited that you are excited. Andre, do you understand the clue? It is possible, if I'm right, we will have a chocolate fork art in no time. There is no time to explain, since everyone has the same clue, they will figure it out as well. Hurry, meet me on the Quidditch pitch. I have to grab something and then we can meet on the Quidditch pitch. Okay, I will see you in an hour or 3. Here we are, the Quidditch pitch. How exactly does the clue? What do you see could be right up your sleeves related to Quidditch? You were right to come to me for help, but not for the reason you think. You see, I have an eye for fashion, but a mind for Quidditch trivia. That's how I became the reserve seeker for Ravenclaw. We have to know everything about seeking. How does it relate to the clue Mr. Flume gave? Mr. Flume used the words seek and sleeve. And any seeker who knows the history can tell you that a reference to the Plumpton Pass, the Plumpton, huh? The Plumpton Pass was a British move invented by Roderick Plumpton. Plumpton was a seeker in the early 1900s. He had once caught a snitch 3.5 seconds into the game. Whoa, that's fast. And he did it by scooping up the snitch in the sleeve. Blimey, that must take skill. It's an incredible rare feat. I've never been able to accomplish it. Mr. Clue was what you seek could be hiding up your sleeve. It must be about the Plumpton Pass. What does it mean? Where is the chocolate for card? I'm glad you asked. As you see, I have a Quidditch ring. If I were right about the clue, it should be right here. There's the chocolate for card. On the snitch. Andre, you did it. No, we did it. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's grab it. Oh, yeah, that was expecting. The snitch is taken off. Grab a broom, said Betty. We've got to... Wait, who is that? It's Marilla. She's going to catch the snitch. Andre, since you are the reserve seeker of Ravenclaw, perhaps you can chase the snitch. I'll play defense and keep Marilla away from you. We worked hard to find this card. We won't let you steal it from us. Watch where you are going, Marilla. I'm always one step ahead of you. I need a little more time. Get out of my way. Here today, Marilla, we found the chocolate frog card. The chocolate frog card is mine. Don't do anything too aggressive, Marilla. I'm getting a chocolate frog card, no matter what. We worked hard to find this card. We won't let you steal it from us. I almost have it. Watch where you are going, Marilla. I need a little more time. You are too late, Marilla. We found the chocolate frog card. And out of energy. Don't do anything too aggressive, Marilla. We worked hard to find this card. We won't let you steal it from us. I almost have it. Watch where you are going, Marilla. I'm always one step ahead of you. I need a little more time. You are too late, Marilla. We found the chocolate frog card. Don't do anything too aggressive, Marilla. We got the card. Thanks to you, Benedict. I would have never caught the snitch if you didn't keep Marilla busy. And you even caught the snitch using the Plumpton Pass. If you are going to catch a snitch, catch it with style. This isn't over, Swan. The only way you can defeat me is with help. Well, two can play at that game. I'm coming back with my own team and I will get every last one of the chocolate fork cards. Don't worry about her. We have two chocolate fork cards. But now there are three of us. Which means we just have to find another one. The more the merrier, I say. The scavenger hunt is so much fun, I don't want it to end. But when it does, we will be feasting on chocoballs and pepper imps. Let's head back to Mr. Flynn and see if he will give us another clue. Before Marula gets to him. He said if he found the second card, we could find him in the courtyard. Let's get going. Flum isn't in the courtyard. Flum is in the courtyard. Meet me there. I wonder how many chocolate folk cards are remaining. I need to find Mr. Flum and convince him to give me a clue. I don't even want candy, but it is fun to take away from someone who does. Mr. Flynn said we could find him here in the courtyard. I don't see him anywhere. And you are not going to see him. What do you mean? What do you want, Marula? What? Oh no, I don't want anything from you. I have everything I need. While you and your mates were celebrating at the Quidditch quiz, I was forming my own team. You've already found a chocolate for card. We are working smarter and we are one step ahead of you. You may be one step ahead, but you are still one chocolate fork card behind. Where is Mr. Flum? As I was saying, one step ahead. Mr. Flum gave us a new clue for the next chocolate fork card. What is it? Oh, we are not sharing it with you. Unfortunately for Mr. Flum, there was an unexpected emergency at Honeydukes. Someone set off a dump bomb in the shop. Pity. Don't you think you are taking the scavenger hunt a little too seriously? I take everything too seriously. Come on, everyone. Let's go strategize and figure out this clue. Don't read too much into this alliance with Marula. I'll do particularly anything for endless sweets. Marula needed a magical creature expert on her team. She promised she could get me a card if I joined. It's strictly scrimming business. Barnaby, this is supposed to be fun. I think Marilla's idea of fun is to have absolutely no fun. Perhaps we can remind you of the spirit of the scavenger hunt. It is easy to get caught up in the excitement of the scavenger hunt. Dumbledore would want everyone to have the same opportunity. Well, all I want to attend the feast, but we shouldn't forget Dumbledore's words. What are they talking about over there? I really want to get some fudge files to share with the magical creatures. Fudge flies. Professor Dumbledore wanted us to remember life's simple pleasures. This should be fun, but Marilla is turning it into a cutthroat competition. This is meant to be a fun diversion. This should be a simple pleasure, but it is becoming quite complicated. If I tell you the clue, we may not find enough chocolate for cars. Dumbledore will want everyone to have the same opportunity. Thank you for reminding me why we are having the scavenger hunt, Melody. Professor Dumbledore set up the scavenger hunt to remind us of life's simple pleasures. You're right. The thought of endless sweets has turned me sour. It doesn't help that Maria is turning it into a cutthroat competition. Precisely. She would be so angry if I told you the hint has to do with Sir. Luckily, I'm not going to tell you that it is about sirs. I am saying sirs out loud, aren't I? Oh, Barnaby. Say no more, Barnaby. Your secret is safe with us. Forget I said anything. Believe faith yourselves. Betty, you convinced Barnaby to give us a hint. Barnaby seemed conflicted. Did he give us a hint on purpose or by accident? On purpose. It was on purpose. Barnaby just needed to be reminded of why Dumbledore arranged this scavenger hunt. Barnaby lost it, but his heart is bigger than his mouth. Alright, now that we have the clue, what do we know about Sirs? If I even pronounce it right. I know she has a chocolate frog card. This is going to be our hardest hunt yet, especially with Marilla's team after the same card. And we know next to nothing about Sirs. We would research and learn more. We could research and learn more. Let's all meet at the library and see what we can uncover. Marilla is one step ahead in the scavenger hunt. It's up to you, Andre and Penny to find the fair chocolate frog card, so you can all enter Mr. Flume's endless sweet feast. Herr Polyfool, an ancient Greek dark wizard and famous for being a pioneer of the darkest art. A new chocolate card for me. Meet me in the library so we can research search. I'm lucky Mr. Flume gave me a clue before having to rush off, and where to find the book on search. If only students were more motivated by the search for knowledge than the search for candy. I'm searching for a stack for books on search. Alright, let's see what we can find out about search. Andre has been searching for books on search for a while, but he hasn't found any yet. We will have to hurry. Moira and her team have already had the clue for a while. Since Mr. Flume is dealing with the dung bomb at Honeydukes, it's up to us find more information. Let's ask Madame Pins where the books about search are located. Excuse us, Madame Pins, could you show us where the book on search are located? I could, Miss Swan, though I don't think it will be much help. Why not? All the books on search have been checked out. Urula. Shh. Urula? If you like, I can suggest some fascinating books on other famous witches. Thank you, Madam Pins, but we really need information specifically, specifically related to search. One of these days, you will realize no legend is more important than candy. Marula rolled us into a dead end. She must have been covering for Barnaby's mistake. She really is quite a clever witch. Though there's a fine line between clever and dodgy. What do you think, Billy? Is Marula being clever or playing dirty? Playing dirty. I think Marula is playing dirty. Trying to steal our Plumpton card, setting off a dump bomb at Honeybox, hiding all the search books, and endless feats of sweets if exciting, but playing dirty isn't what Professor Dumbledore had in mind. And if Marula is playing dirty, we have to play smart. With no information on search, we need a new plan. Let's explore our options and decide our next move. Search was a witch shop, perhaps we find something with knowledge of magic. We won't learn anything else here in the library. One thing we won't be doing is giving up. Did I hear someone talk about both a whisper? Apparently I'm not the only one to get a clue about search. We have made to find a person with no legend of search. Whatever you decide is the right move, Melody. And no search doesn't have anything to do with fashion or Quidditch. Did I hear someone talk about a whisper? Apparently I'm not the only one to get a clue about search. Someone at Hogwarts must have historical information about search. Whatever we decide, we should do it fast, or Marilla will beat us to the cart. We won't learn anything else here in the library. And no search doesn't have anything to do with fashion or Quidditch. One thing we won't be doing is giving up. Search was a witch, so perhaps we find someone with no legend of magic. Whatever you decide is in the right move, Bellady. Whatever we decide, we should do it fast, or Maruna will beat us to the cart. We may have to find a person with no legends of search. We won't learn anything else here in the library. And no search doesn't have anything to do with fashion or Quidditch. We came up with gobs of brilliant ideas. Since we don't have any books concerning search, we should find someone with historical knowledge, specifically historic knowledge about magic. It just so happens we have a historic of magic classroom, and Professor Binns is full of knowledge. Surely we can learn about search from him. If he can stay awake, that is. You know his reputation. I disagree. There is no such thing as a dull class. Let's hurry to History of Magic classroom before Maria finds another clever way to get ahead of us. I'm awake, coming to the History of Magic classroom. You should be able to learn about search here in the History of Magic classroom. Probably more than what we can discover in a book. We can still beat Maruna to the chocolate frog. Let's talk to Professor Binns. That might be difficult. He was awake, he said. He's asleep. We have to ruse him. We are losing valuable time. How do you suggest to wake him up? Use nails on the chalkboard. I can use my nails on the chalkboard. Oh, I love the sound of nails on a chalkboard. You do? Yes, it's quite exhilarating. Alright, here we go. Ooh, it got him awake also. And this concludes my lesson on the epic historic of Emmerich the Evil. This is a smaller class than I recall. Hello, Professor Binns. It's Bellady's son. Right. Well, I hope you are prepared for your exam. We aren't here for an exam, Professor. We have a question we are hoping you can answer. Make it quick. I don't have all... Blimey, he fell asleep again. Day. Go on, ask your question. What do you know about the ancient witch search? Search. I gave a lesson on search earlier this decade. My notes are somewhere on this desk. However, they are not very organized. I will look through them. Check back with me sometime in the next decade. But we need to know now. We can help you look through the notes. But I first need some more energy. What are we searching for again? The note is hard to read, but it doesn't mention a witch from ancient... But it does mention a witch from ancient Greece. This does not mention witch from ancient Greece with transfiguration powers. There's a note on broom history. That's another time. I found some notes on Yorick the Opal, but they aren't relevant. I wonder if it is possible to give a ghost a makeover. Would be cool though. All the searching is making me tired. Goblin Rebellion of 6012 didn't involve search. This mentioned a witch turning sailors into a pig. Professor, wake up! These notes are absolutely jumbled. What are we searching for again? This note is hard to read, but it does mention a witch from ancient Greece. This note mentions a witch from ancient Greece with transfiguration powers. And out of energy. We are going to see if this is enough energy, or otherwise we are going to watch some few videos for energy. There is not a note on broom here's another broom history, but that is for another time. I wonder if it is possible to give a ghost a makeover. I found some notes on Yurik the Oddball, but they aren't relevant. All the searching is making me tired. This note mentions a witch turning sailors into pigs. As I said, I'm going to watch a video. The Goblin Rebellion of 6012 didn't involve search. These notes are absolutely jumbled. This note is hard to read, but it does mention a witch from ancient Greece. So I got a few videos. This note mentions a witch from ancient Greece with transfiguration powers. I think we are going to the transfiguration classroom next. Thank you for helping me search my notes. That would have taken me years to do on my own. Professor Bins, I found some notes for a witch from ancient Greece, but I can't make out any more. Those, Miss Van, are the notes for the witch you seek. Cheers. Cheers, Betty, you did it. Now here's the important information I can impart regarding Sears. First, she was... I've changed my mind. I don't like nails on a chalkboard. A famous witch from ancient Greece, so famous in fact she has her own chocolate fork card. Sears was highly skilled in a particular type of magic, which I will soon tell you about. She had even had an endless supply of test subjects in her disposal. Even I don't know if I can stay awake for this. Sir tight, there may be valuable information in this story somewhere. According to the legend, she had a penchant for finding those sailors and turning them into pigs. She was to be able to transfigure a human into an animal. And if I go incredibly wrong, I remember when I tried to turn into a thunderbird and ended up a flummerum. In fact, it is the most difficult form of transfiguration. I find it the most interesting aspect of Search, though. One does wonder where she put all those pigs. Perhaps she... It seems you've gotten all the information we can from Professor Bins. Since the search clues points us to the transfigurations. Brilliant, then we should head to transfiguration classroom. Right after we wake up André. I have to study schoolwork. Always gets in the way of our adventures. We'll meet soon. We probably have to get awake and then do some homework. Okay, I will see you in a few hours, André. Vince was quite convinced Sear's transfiguration abilities were important. So, if so, there's a good chance the next chocolate fork card is somewhere in this classroom. If Marula hasn't found it first, there's only one way to find out. Let's search the classroom. This bookshelf seems like a good place to search. I found a lost candy under this desk, but I don't think it's part of the hunt. I think Mr. Flume will find a meaningful place to hide the card. There's a book on stairs and it seems out of place. I haven't found anything yet. The only thing under this desk is the floor. Mr. Flume is too clever to hide the chocolate fork card under a desk. All the books are in alphabetical order except the book on stairs. Nice statue, but no chocolate fork card. It's not under the desk, but I had to check. Found a loose candy under this desk, but I don't think it's part of the hunt. And adventure. This bookshelf seems like a good place to search. There's a book on stairs and it seems out of place. I think Mr. Flume will find a meaningful place to hide the card. The only thing under this desk is the floor. I haven't found anything yet. All the books are in alphabetical order except the book on stairs. Mr. Flume is too clever to hide a chocolate card under a desk. A nice statue, but no chocolate fork card. It's not under the desk, but I had to check. I found a loose candy under this desk, but I don't think it's part of the hunt. There's a book on stairs and it seems out of place. And out of energy. This bookshelf seems like a good place to search. The only thing under this desk is the floor. I think Mr. Flume will find a meaningful place to hide the card. All the books are in alphabetical order except the book on search. I haven't found anything yet. Penny hanging up empty. I don't see a chocolate fork card anywhere. I found a book on search on the bookshelf and it seems out of place. Perhaps if we look behind it. There is the chocolate fork card. Benedy, you did it. We are all coming to Mr. Sweet's feast. I have to figure out what to wear. Miss Swan, Miss Haywood, Mr. Eggwell, what are you doing in my classroom? The scavenger hunt. We are here for the chocolate fork scavenger hunt, but we will be on our way now. Just once, I prefer students come to my classes to learn. Well, next time you have to be a bit quicker than Marula and Ismelda. Marula and Ismelda? Yes, in fact, you just missed them. They retrieved the chocolate card from the classroom. What? But what did the chocolate card right here? I'm so confused. Perhaps we should take a close look at our card. It is green. The dodgy chocolate is spelled wrong. The color is incorrect. The card is green. Ribbit. Our chocolate fork just ribbited? Perhaps it isn't a chocolate fork card at all. You may be on something. It's a transracial racing class after all. Could Moore have transfigured this chocolate frog card? Only one way to find out, Betty. You will have to guess the Parivarge. A real frog. Moore ticked this. She maybe finally crossed the line from clever to dodgy. It isn't enough that she beat us to the clue. She has a great she had to create a fake card out of a real frog to throw us off the trail. Wicked clever, wickedly clever. At least it gave you a chance to brush up on your Parivarge. What a pleasant surprise. You came here for a scavenger hunt and ended up with an education. Unfortunately, we are still short one chocolate frog card. I don't know how many cards remain, but it is possible we are running out of time. Ribbit. This frog is right, we can't give up. Alright, let's hop to it. Penny and I will split up and continue searching. And let's regroup in the Great Hall and decide our next move. Let's meet in the Great Hall. I want to hear your ideas. I don't want to say if I found a chocolate frog card. Moeder might try and take it from me. I found a chocolate frog card. I'm going to wait here until the feast starts. I wonder if anyone is willing to sell their chocolate frog card. Cheers, Penny. How is the chocolate frog card search going? We search all over, but it's quite difficult without any human help. Anna is still on the hunt, so it's just me. You and Vicky here. Vicky? Rabbit. Moora really did a number on us. And who knows when Mr. Flume will return. Fins are starting to sing. Blimey, I almost had a negative thought. Quick, tell me something positive. We still have a chance. We still have a chance to find another guard. One little setback shouldn't stop us from trying. You're right, we can't stop searching, especially when there's scummy treats on the line. I don't even know what I'm worried about. I have you on my team. You always know how to cheer me up, Bellady. Mr. Flume said he would only give out clues to those who truly need him. It feels like we could use one of those clues right about now. Excuse me, sweet seekers, I come bringing news. Mr. Flume, you are back. That I am. Some devious dumble dealer denoted a duck bone at Honeydukes. Nearly knocked out my entire inventory. But fear not, the feast is still afoot. You said you had news for us. That I do. Only one chocolate card remains. Only one, Benedict, that's our only chance. Could we use a clue right about now, Mr. Flume? Sure seems a sort of some assistance. So all I shall say is, your passion for this prize has charmed the heart right out of me. Has charmed the heart right out of me. I will go to the charms classroom. The final clue. I wonder what your passion for this prize has charmed the heart right out of me means. Let's work together to decipher Mr. Flume's final clue. I am not sure that the charms classroom is right, it's just a guess. That is where I will go if I hear this. Yes, we are going to start this. I wonder if we will see each other at the endless feast. Hurry, the clock is ticking. Tick-tocking. It seems Flu has saved the hardest clue for last. Clue may have something to do with charms. Sounds the Great Hall will be filled with candy. We have to figure out this clue. Charmed the heart right out of me. The word charm is right in the clue. And out of energy. Rabbit. We do know a charms master. I wonder if there's a heart removing charm. Perhaps there is a charm related to the heart. Flume mentioned the heart. What could that mean? I wonder if we'll see each other at the endless feast. Hurry, the clock is tick-tocking. The clue may have something to do with charms. It seems Flume saved the hardest clue for last. Charmed the heart right out of me. Soon the great hall will be filled with candy. We have to figure out this clue. The word charm is right in the clue. We keep coming back to the word charm. And we happen to know a charm master. Perhaps Professor Flitwick can be of assistance. Rabbit. Proper good idea, and Vicky agrees. I will find Andre and we can all meet in the charms classroom. It's a race to the final chocolate frog cart. Use Mr. Flume's remaining clue to grab the card so you and your friends can attend the endless sweets feast. It's time to see if we can charm Professor Flitwick into helping us. There you are, Betty. I have been waiting for you. Penny was held up by Professor Sprout with some Hufflepuff business. It's just the two of us. Miss Van, perhaps you can explain why your friend brought a frog into my classroom? It's made a mess. Sorry about that, Professor Flitwick. Vicky is simply helping us search. We are participating in the chocolate frog card scavenger hunt. I heard Dumbledore talking about that. I tried to get him to allow professors to participate, but to no avail. Perhaps if Professor were on the hunt, Marula won't be so devious. She is the reason we have this frog. She transfigured it into a chocolate frog card to trick us. Now there's only one card remaining. Mr. Flynn was kind enough to give us a clue. We are hoping you could be able to help us. Tell me, why is this scavenger hunt so important to you? Dumbledore's advice. I want to take Dumbledore's advice to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Hogwarts can be trying for young witches and witchers. It's important to stop and smell the roses, or in this case stop and taste the sweets. Alright, I will do what I can to assist you. However, I'll only help you if you clean up your frog's mess. While we are cleaning up, let us tell you about the clue. I hope there wasn't anything important in this cauldron. Such a big mess for such a small creature. It is impossible to charm a heart out of someone. Is it possible? Rabbit. How did I get hold of my thing? The clue mentioned the charm of the heart. I wonder where Vicky found this book. Flume mentioned that her passion for the prize has charmed him. This is the final clue. We don't want to leave any of our friends out of the feast. Is there a charm involved in the heart? Is it possible to charm a heart out of someone? I hope there wasn't anything important in this cauldron. There must be a reason you came to me for this clue. The clue mentioned a charm of the heart. Such a big mess for such a small creature. Flume mentioned that our passion for the prize has charmed him. Rabbit. How did it get hold of my tin? Is there a charm involved in the heart? I hope there wasn't anything important in this cauldron. Is it possible to charm the heart out of someone? Final clue. We don't want to leave any of our friends out of the feast. I wonder where Vicky found this book. The clue mentioned a charm of the heart. Flume mentioned that our passion for the prize has charmed him. Is there a charm involved in our heart? I hope there wasn't anything important in this cauldron. Is it impossible to charm a heart out of someone? And out of energy. Rabbit. There must be a reason you came to me for this clue. This is a final clue. We don't want to leave any of our friends out of the feast. The clue mentions the charm of the heart. I wonder where Vicky found this book. Flume mentioned that our passion for the prize has charmed him. Thank you for cleaning up. It looks even better than before. Now, as for this clue, I don't know a charm for the heart that will help. Perhaps if you give me the clue in full, it will help. Mr. Flume said, your passion for the prize has charmed the heart right out of me. To my whole life, you hold the key. Huh? Of course, it all makes sense now. You have figured out the clue? Indeed I have, but you won't find the chocolate frog card here in the charms classroom. If you want the last chocolate frog card, you will have to meet me in the courtyard. Okay, let me go with you to the courtyard. I'm ready to help with your clue. Meet me in the courtyard. How many tests do I have left to do? 3, including this one. Melody, you are here just in time. Frog choir, I forgot we had rehearsal today. Right now it is a choir catastrophe. Professor Flitwick, before rehearsal starts, we are ready to hear your thoughts on Mr. Flume's last clue. I'm afraid your timing couldn't be worse, Miss Van. I'm in no condition to help you at the moment. I summoned the frog choir to assist with the clue, but now it's in a shambles. One of our frogs cannot get to the chorus right. I can't help you until it is fixed. Rubber! Just a little off key, you can barely notice. It's positively dreadful. Must always strive for perfection, even if you do not achieve it. Perhaps there is something we can do. We are in possession of a frog, after all. Whether it can sing or not is a different story. Brilliant idea, Melody. Mr. Flitwick, since your frog is struggling, we like to volunteer Figgy to pitch in. At this point I'm desperate. Your transfiguration frog will have to do. Before it can join in, we will need to teach it the correct notes. What song will it be singing? Celestina Warbeck hits on You Charmed the Heart Right Out of Me. That's the clue Mr. Flume gives. Yes, it's the reason I called here. We play the song straight through. It may provide us with more insight. And the song just so happens to be one of life's simple pleasures. Okay, Vicky, we are going to teach you the chorus. I need some more energy for that. You can do it, Vicky. Hold the note slightly longer. How quickly can you teach a frog, Professor Flitwick? This sounds much better. Rubber. You can do it, Vicky. Don't need no broom, I'm flying free. That is the best croak I've ever heard, Vicky. Wonder what's wrong with the struggling frog. Rabbit. How quick can you teach a frog, Professor Flitwick? You charmed the heart right out of me. This sounds much better. You cast your spell and suddenly I cannot forget you. And out of energy. I hope that this is enough energy. Wait, we have something here. I don't know where there is an explanation point. You can do it, Vicky. Hold the note slightly longer. That's the best croak I've ever heard, Vicky. Don't need no broom, I'm flying free. Rubber. Sounds much better. You charmed the heart right out of me. Sadly, it wasn't enough. I'm going to see if I can get some more in the castle. I was only able to find one energy in the castle, so if we need more energy, we are going to watch videos. You can do it, Vicky. You cast your spell and suddenly I cannot forget you. I wonder what's wrong with the struggling frog. I'm going to fix this. Melody, I believe you have adequately prepared your frog for a full performance. Okay, Vicky, it all comes down to this. The chocolate frog card. We did it. Rabbit. The frog is back to normal. Rabbit. Thank you, Professor Flippick. No, thank you. You and your friends saved my frog crawler. And now all three of us get to attend Mr. Flume's feast. I can already taste those sour treats. We're all waiting for. Let's gather in outside the gathering hall, the Great Hall, to present Mr. Flume our chocolate frog card. The feast is almost ready. The wait will be worth it. Will be worth its weight in Wisselchock. Okay, we will wait. I think it will start with someone exploding bonbons, then move on to the freezing wispies, then cooler cakes, then... I hope this leads to more sales at Honeydukes. I knew I could find a card all on my own. Betty, I can't believe it is finally here. Mr. Flume and the sweet feast. And thanks to our team, we all get to go. Everyone seems so excited. Well, almost everyone. What's wrong, Maruna? I'm not telling you. We only found 2 chocolate bars and can't decide who sits out the celebration. Barnaby? What? You said you weren't telling. Perhaps there is a lesson to be learned in all of this? Yeah, I work better alone. Pimpelli was talking about how you tried to trick us and failed. I was simply being my normal competitive self. That's how important the feast is to me. And now either Barnaby or his mother won't be able to go to the feast. Wait, what? It doesn't seem fair to everyone. Perhaps we can come up with a solution. It's admirable of you to say, Bellady, especially since you thought Maria was playing dirty. Perhaps it's not the day for Maria to learn a lesson in kindness. Let's find a solution to Maria's car problem. I didn't think I want to go to the feast, but now we are here, I absolutely do. Mr. Flume might go for us sharing a card. I smell candy. There aren't any more chocolate fudge. We have to use what we have. I wonder if I can pass my card to Maruda after I enter. Mr. Flume doesn't seem a bit wobbly when it comes to enforcing the rules. You might be able to convince Mr. Flume to let Maruda enter. Mr. Flume didn't say we couldn't share a card. In our own way, Maruda helped us by giving us the transfigured frog. That was helping? I don't know. I smell candy. Mr. Flume might go for a sharing a card. I didn't think I want to go to the feast, but now that we are here, I absolutely do. There aren't any more chocolate for cards, we'll have to use what we have. And advantage. I wonder if I can pass my card to Maruna after I enter. I smell candy. Mr. Flume might go for a sharing a card. I didn't think I want to go to there, to the feast, but now we are here, I absolutely do. There aren't any more chocolate folk cards. We will have to use what we have. Mr. Flume didn't say we couldn't share a card. Mr. Flume doesn't seem a bit wobbly when it comes to enforcing the rules. We might be able to convince Mr. Flume to let Marula enter. In her own way, by giving Marula helped us by giving her the Transfigured Frog card. Hurry, and I set them all chocolate frog cards for entry at this time. I wonder if I can pass my card to Marula after I enter. There aren't any more chocolate frog cards. We have to use what we have. I smell candy. Mr. Flume might go for a sharing a card. And out of energy. I didn't think I wanted to go there to the feast, but now that we are here, I want to. There aren't any more chocolate frog cards. We will have to use what we have. Mr. Flume didn't say we couldn't share a card. In her own way, Marula helped us by giving us the transfigured frog. I wonder if I can pass my card to Marula after I enter. Mr. Flume does seem a bit wobbly when it comes to enforcing the rules. We might be able to convince Mr. Flume to let Marula enter. Hurry, I am accepting all chocolate folk cards for entry at this time. There aren't any more chocolate folk cards. We will have to use what we have. It does seem Mr. Flume plays a bit fast and loose with the rules. Perhaps I can try to pass my chocolate folk card to Marula after I enter. You will do that for me? For Barnaby and Ismelda. I'm doing it for Barnaby and Ismelda. I know how it felt when me, Benny, and Andre thought one of us would have to sit out the feast. If there was a way to help them enjoy life's simple pleasure, like Dumbledore said, I'd like to try. I guess friendship is not the absolute worst. Okay, let's enter Mr. Flume's feast. Cheers, chocolate card tracker. Please present your cards to proceed to your prize. You may enter the Honeydukes-sponsored Endless Sweets Feast. Yes, sir, but first, Ola, and I give my chocolate far card to you. What's this now? Mr. Flume, you said everyone requires a card to enter. You didn't say it had to be a different card. Certainly a curious circumvention of the conversation I created. All I say is, congratulations, clever card collector. You may both enter. Thank you, Mr. Flume. Son, it worked. We teamed up after all. Even if you did that for Barnaby and Ismelda, a small part of me says thanks. A quite small part of me, of course. We can talk about this more inside. Let's enter the great hall for the endless sweet feast. No talk, must to face. I'm going to savor every bite of sweet victory. The journey was as fun as the destination. How are you enjoying the feast, Penny? Really, even though my stomach might disagree, I hope it never ends. I don't even know what to eat. Let's admire all the sweets everyone is eating and try to decide what to eat next. Mr. Spindle lick O'Reilly spiders looks so real. I'm going to eat a peppermint toast. There is nothing sweeter than teamwork except these chocolate ones. Leave me alone 3 times. Barnaby is licking the wall. I ate a cockroach cluster and I will do it again. I like pepper ants because they make me breathe fire. Do I dare try an acid pot? Don't tell anyone I'm saving some no-melt ice creams for later. I see an ice mice. The spindle-lick Orion spiders look so real. There's barely boss every flavor bean tastes like a dirty sock. You can go wrong with jelly slugs. And out of energy, but I think this will give me more. Yep. Everything looks so good, it is impossible to decide. Rabbit. I'm going to eat a peppermint toast. There's nothing sweeter than teamwork except these chocolate ones. Leave me alone 3 times. I like pepper ants because they make me breathe fire. Sounds like we can't go wrong with whatever sweet we choose. There are so many options. No melt ice cream, jelly slugs, chocolate ones, acid pops. Are you still a fan of sweet teas or will you go for something sour? Sweet. I'm going to choose something sweet. Brilliant. What sweet are you going to choose? Miss Van, before you begin your sweetest feast, I would appreciate a moment of your time. Of course, Professor. This feast wouldn't be happening without you. The goal of the scavenger hunt was to remind the students to enjoy life's simple pleasures. I also noticed it allowed you to display your sweet side. You could have very easily left Marula Barnaby and his Ismail to make a difficult decision. But by helping a fellow student, you once again proved your selflessness. Thank you, Professor Dumbledore. And because you showed great generosity, I would like to reward you. Is there a rare one-of-a-kind chocolate for card? For my very own personal collection. I've even taken a library of autographing it myself. Thank you, Professor Dumbledore. It's an honor to receive such a personal gift. You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed the simple pleasure of this feast with your friends. You get here an achievement for completing the side quest of year 3. And then we probably also get the card in our room, I think. Or is it just in our chocolate folk cards? Well, this one isn't signed. Oh, here it is, in our chocolate folk cards. Nice. Yep, Master of Hogwarts. I think there will be nothing in our room, but I'm going to check for it to be certain. Oh, here it is. Oh, it gives you energy even. If I ever get it to open up again. Anyway, here you have your chocolate folk card from Dumbledore, and that is the end of the side quest. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And then I hope to see you back in my next video. Maybe until then, bye!